Hi, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Litter Media Live. I'm your host, Mike Smith. Dan has the morning off, and he'll be back with us this time tomorrow. A little bit of an early start today as we get things underway on this Tuesday, August the 15th of 2023. Let's see. It's not this time for this date in history. In fact, this isn't a this date in history day, because it's being Tuesday, we do our Revolutionary War moment, but this is the anniversary of the Japanese surrender in the war in the Pacific back in 1945. Good to have you along with us today. Cloudy start the day. We had a lot of rain late last night. In fact, I measured an inch and a half of rain in western Ross County that we received in the overnight, but we believe that most of these clouds will lift, and we'll see some sunshine later today with a high of 76 degrees. In fact, it looks pretty good for a good bit of this week. News to tell you about on our topics, as well as a lot of sports, all that coming up here on Litter Media Live. I want to also tell you about our good friends at Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor. They've been around for more than 4 decades serving our area and stretching their wings even farther. Your trusted comfort advisor, Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. And Scioto Valley Dumpsters. They'll get you fixed up on anything that you need as far as a cleanup project around your home. They'll bring the big orange dumpster out to your place. Get a free quote at 253-8389.
Dixie Chopper. Speed when you need it.
Visit your local Dixie Chopper dealer today or visit DixieChopper.com.
All right, let's jump into what is making news today. And if you've not been to our website, this is what it looks like at littermedia.com. An Adams County man has won the 2023 Wildlife Photo Contest. No joke here. His name is David Bowie, not to be confused with the late rock and roll singer. But this is the photo that David got out of Adams County, and that is of a blue heron. Now, I'm familiar with a lot of the white or lighter colored grayish herons that we see here in this area. I don't know that I've ever seen a blue one in southern Ohio, but apparently they're out there. And this was the winning photo for the ODNR Wildlife Photo Contest from David Bowie out of Adams County, a blue heron. Ross County Farm Bureau doing what they can again this year to support the local drug-free clubs of America, or better known as MAID. Ross County Farm Bureau is asking for people or businesses in the area to support the youth with a $67 per student sponsorship to assist with this program. Of course, it's stretched out well beyond Ross County now and serving a number of surrounding counties as well, but trying to keep our kids drug-free in our area schools. Ross and Pike County Soil and Water Conservation Districts are partnering together along with OSU Extension to host a free woodlands management workshop. That will be on Tuesday, August the 29th, located at 29 Trego Road in Chillicothe. Anyone who owns forest property is encouraged to attend and discover best practices for managing woodlands. Again, Ross and Pike County teaming up on that effort. Save the day to make plans to attend the Chillicothe American Legion Post 757 Picnic and Hog Roast. That's coming up this Saturday. Now, the Hog Roast itself gets started at 1 p.m., and then they have music from 6 to 10 p.m. with a group called Far From Angels. They have homemade food provided by the Legion Post. Food is no cost. They have beverages also available for purchase. So check that out at American Legion Post 757 this Saturday starting at 1 o'clock. Going on right now, we told you about this again yesterday, Project School Tools taking place until 2 o'clock this afternoon at the Chillicothe Middle School. When I came by just before it opened at 10, there was a long line of people waiting to get in. Now, that goes again through about 2 o'clock this afternoon with a number of area groups participating to try to help folks who need a little bit of a hand getting their kids back to school here, as many schools are starting up either this week or the week after. Our road report today takes us to Highland County. Work is underway for a culvert replacement project on State Route 73 south of Reno Lane. The road will be closed for 3 days for this construction. Now, during the closure, traffic will be detoured via State Route 247 and State Route 785. So that project is going on right now, and they believe they should be completed with that project sometime tomorrow, probably to be on the safe side, maybe by the end of business tomorrow afternoon around 4 o'clock or so. So that's happening over in Highland County. When we come back, a look at sports and a number of local stories to tell you, and a former Buckeye signing a new contract with a different football team. All that ahead on Litter Media Live.
If you can't give true love to me, I'll understand. Just
it's only worth it if you enjoy it. Michelob Ultra.
Whenever I first applied for the ArchWiz opportunity, oh, do I have to pay this back? Do I have to do that? Like, is it a loan? And it's not. It's a scholarship. A goal of mine is to graduate college debt-free. If you're a crew member, you get $2,500 a year, and if you're a manager, you get $3,000. And especially if you're going locally to college, like to the branch or something like that, it's really helpful.
At Rathkamp Financial, we provide wealth management services that may ease clients' fears of financial loss and help them retire comfortably. Our greatest satisfaction comes from working with clients for many years and helping them realize their dreams.
All right, jumping over into sports, we start out on the local scene, and that begins with an announcement that came out yesterday about the Chillicothe City School District's athletic department announcing the date for inductions for the class of 2023-24 Hall of Fame. And that is going to be on Saturday, February the 3rd of 2024. And the Hall of Fame induction will be held on that Saturday. Also a banquet involved for those who apparently are inducted there. So congratulations. We don't know yet the class as far as who is being named. Newt Bonner of the athletic department says that announcement will be forthcoming. But this is to let you know when the Hall of Fame inductions will take place. Again, Saturday, February 3rd of 2024. Staying with Chillicothe High School, the Cavs golf team posted a 5-stroke victory over second-place Washington Courthouse, 157-162 yesterday. And that is match number 3. But overall, the Cavs' FAC record is 14-1. Again, they have a lot of dual matches, but when they get together for everybody playing at the same time, yesterday was match number 3. Staying on the golf circuit for just a moment, the SVC golf season gets underway tomorrow at Crown Hill Golf Course at 4:30. Been talking a lot lately about area high school athletes who have committed to Division I programs when they get out of high school to play college sports. Well, add this young lady's name to the list. Portsmouth Notre Dame's Gwen Sparks has made her verbal commitment to the University of Pittsburgh to play softball. I believe Gwen is a multi-sport sport athlete, but she is going to Pitt in order to play softball. So best of luck to her in her senior year at Notre Dame and then on to Pitt. Remember this guy? Zeke Ezekiel Elliott led the Ohio State Buckeyes to the 2014 National Championship, has had a decent career with the Cowboys where he's a 3-time All-Pro. Well, yesterday he signed a 1-year contract with the New England Patriots worth $4 million. So Zeke is now a Patriot, not a Cowboy. Turning to baseball, the Reds and Guardians both were off last night, and they open a series in Cincinnati against each other tonight. First pitch, 6:40 for the Guardians and the Reds. Again, both of those teams are battling it out in their respective Central divisions. The Reds, of course, are in the National League Central, the Guardians in the American League Central, and neither, I don't believe, are in first place. I know the Reds aren't. I don't think the Guardians are either, but within striking distance with about a month and a half or 2 months to go in the season. So Guardians at Reds later tonight. And don't forget, our opening game of the week for Litter Media this Friday night will be the Chillicothe Cavaliers hosting St. Charles. And as we've been talking about, also the debut officially for Litter Media Radio. Tom Beard and I will have the play-by-play call of that game. We'll be getting on the air probably about 10 minutes till 7. Kickoff is at 7. It'll give us time to give you the starting lineups and so forth. Dan Ramey and I will have a noon Game of the Week preview show each Thursday at noon right here on Facebook Live, where we hopefully will be talking with both of the coaches in the respective Game of the Week. I believe we've got Scott Bartholomew already taken care of there. We're having a hard time, to be honest with you, getting a hold of St. Charles's coach, Deke Hocker, because they don't start school until August the 25th. So we've sent some email and things of that nature trying to reach him. If we don't get a hold of him, we'll obviously be talking about what we do know about St. Charles and coming into that game this Friday night against the Chillicothe Cavaliers. But again, that is our first Friday night Game of the Week. And don't forget our first preview show. That comes up on Thursday at noon right here on Facebook Live, just like you're watching this right now. And again, if you have, I've had a number of people that are faithful listeners to the program, and you get that little alert that you click on that. It's a free service, and every time we come on the air live, it alerts you. I've had 2 or 3 people say, I'm not getting those alerts like I used to. I'm not a tech-savvy guy. I can't tell you why that's happening. You might delete that and then start all over and see if that works for you, or talk to somebody that knows a lot more about Facebook or those alerts than I do. But that should work each time. But I've heard that a couple of times now, so I know it's not just a problem that one individual has had. It has nothing to do with us on our end. That would be a Facebook issue. When we come back, we'll take a look at our Revolutionary War moment, which just happens to go back to the year 1778. All that ahead here on Litter Media Live.
You asked, we delivered. New Mike's Hard Lemonade, Zero Sugar. Zero sugar. Amazing taste. Years in the making. Now that's a drink worthy of the name Mike.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
For transportation options in Ross County, call Ross County Health District's Mobility Management Team, 740-779-9652.
When ensuring what's important to you, Andy Tomlinson and his associates are there when you need them the most. Tomlinson Insurance, for the best coverage at the best cost. Visit TomlinsonINS.com to learn more.
Coming back to you for our Revolutionary War moment. Again, we do this each Tuesday during the leading up to the 250th anniversary of the start of the Revolution. So some of these dates, you say, well, wait a minute, that wasn't 250 years ago. Well, that's part of it. It's just building up towards that celebration. And each one of these moments that we give you on Tuesdays are compliments of the Nathaniel Massey chapter of the Daughters of American Revolution. We appreciate their help on that. Nope, that's not it. Here we go, right here. Who's that guy? Well, in July of 1778, General Washington informed this fellow, General John Sullivan, that the French fleet was headed to Newport, and directed Sullivan to increase the size of his militia forces from 5,000 to 7,500. Sullivan's force had been bolstered by troops led by Lafayette. News rallied support for the cause. Militia from 3 states, along with the Continental Artillery, arrived. Now, within the arrival of French reinforcements and fleet, American forces went on the offensive, landing on Rhode Island and securing the high ground. This siege ended after a hurricane damaged and scattered the French. How about that? The French were supposed to be helping us there, but the hurricane got the best of that help, I guess, after all of this started to unfold. But this fella, General John Sullivan, being remembered today on this Revolutionary War moment. That's going to cover it for us today. Of course, tomorrow being Wednesday, we'll be releasing our Fairfield County special edition at around 10 o'clock. It could be a little bit earlier than that, but just keep an eye on that for our Litter Media YouTube, as well as links to it here on Litter Media Facebook. We'll probably even have a link on our Litter Twitter or Litter Twitter site. So all of that coming up, and our guest that we'll be talking to tomorrow is a fellow that we talked to back in the spring, Tom Wilson of the Lancaster Eagle Gazette. With this now being the start of the fall sports season, we wanted to have Tom in to talk about the high school sports teams in Fairfield County and who looks to be the favorites in each of the sports. And we cover football, volleyball, golf, soccer, just about everything that we could think of for the fall sports. So that's coming up for release somewhere around 10 or a little before tomorrow on Litter Media social site. The following week for Pickaway County, we're going to we believe we have already secured John Halley of Sporting Pumpkin to return after an interview we did with him earlier to do the same thing about fall sports for Pickaway County. So Pickaway, we're not leaving you out. Of course, Dan and I are, with what we're doing every day, we're covering the other surrounding counties and what's all coming up. So a busy, busy time of year for us here at Litter Media, and we hope that you appreciate or like what we're doing. If you have any suggestions, you've always got our email that scrolls up here on this page that you can find. And something that we're also going to be doing on our Thursday preview show, we're going to be naming an athlete of the week. Now, that's not just for football, even though it's a football preview show, but we'll be taking nominations for any fall sport athlete for high school in our area. And if maybe there's some other sport activity that's going on that maybe isn't recognized by a conference or whatever, you can send those recommendations or nominations in also, and we'll consider those as well. But we should have our first athlete of the week named on our debut preview show at noon this Thursday. So again, a lot coming up, and we hope that you'll stay tuned. Don't miss anything, folks. When you're not watching Litter Media, you're missing a lot. For Dan Ramey, this is Mike Smith saying join us tomorrow for another edition of Litter Media Live. Have a good one, everybody.